Hey guys, Jay Shots here, and today I'm gonna show you my knowledge on runes. So let's get started. I'm like I hoard runes very bad. So I had many questions about runes because it wasn't really clear about like the different types of attributes and whatnot. So today I'm gonna explain everything that I know personally. I'll be breaking down each one of these. For attack, it is how hard you'll be hitting the monsters. Defense is how much you're going to defend. HP is how much health points you have. Attack speed is how fast you can attack. Critical rate is the percentage of you hitting a critical damage, and the critical damage percentage is how high of a critical damage it would be.
What?
And accuracy is for the... What is accuracy? Accuracy is the percentage of inflicting status effects. If I remember correctly, resistance is your chances of... Honestly, I don't know resistance on the top of my head, so if you know, put it down in the comments. For precision, it's your chances of hitting the monster, and evasion is your chances of evading the monster. So it might be very confusing, all these different numbers, because I know for me in the beginning, I was very confused. Obviously, B is not as good as S because S, I mean, it looks golden. So these don't really matter too much. It's just that that's like the minimum that the rune is going to have. So for example, like this, the minimum is going to be a S rank defense, while the minimum will be evasion C rank. The thing is that every 3 levels, you can level up your rune and it will increase one of these stats. So chances are that if I level this one up, this could turn into a S rank. Actually, let's check it out. So 1, 2, and 3. There you go. So as you can see, it is now a S rank, and it did increase a good amount. But so now this rune was a sad rune, and now it's looking a little decent. These stats, I wouldn't really care for these stats too much. But if you do another 3, 2, 3, see that that rank A is now a rank S. So now I have all rank S's. The only thing is that you can only get this to a 4, and that's like the highest and the best rank you can get. So most people, if they really want to focus on like HP, they will just rank the HP part of the substat till it reaches a 4, and then that would be a very amazing stone. But a lot of people don't like it being so diverse. They want just one attribute. And if I rank it another 3 times, we have another 2. So we have all these just kind of just down the middle. So they're all right. As you can see from this rune, my defense is at a rank 4. While all the points went to here, this is why you kind of want these to be in a S rank, because I could have all these be very nice and have this mostly focus on defense. But since I have these that are A and B rank, it's all right, but it'd be better to have it to its full potential. For people who want monsters that are high hitters, they aim more for Blade and Rage because it provides a higher chance of landing that crit rate, which is extremely good. So you can see right here, mine is at a 99.3%, so pretty high chance it's gonna hit. And it's gonna hit twice as hard, which is really great. This is my favorite right here. Yeah, if you look at these runes, for this one, I aim mostly at critical damage and critical rate, and definitely the attack, because that depends on how hard also you'll hit with the critical damage. So as you can see, pretty much this is what I would consider, for me personally, a good rune, is that when I have my critical rate and critical damage right here. Even this one, ooh, that's very good. Yeah, that's what I was looking for in these runes, was just that critical damage, critical rate, attack, even this attack, but mostly the percentages are the best things to get, because the percentage is like an overall, while the attack right here is just like a fixed number. So more than likely the percentage is what you should be aiming for. And if you need help to know which runes to put on a monster, go to their skills and just look at what skills they have, because those are kind of like the hard hitters that are very important. So for my Bastet, she mostly does like healing. I mean, she is a support. So it says right here, she shields nearby allies, and it's 22%, 22.1% of my max health is given as a shield for 14 seconds. So that's really, really good. So what I am going to do is take advantage of that and put her to her potential by providing as much as health as I can. As you can see, she's at like a whopping 62,000. So if you look at my runes, that's kind of like all I've been aiming for, was just health, so I could get a great advantage on her skills. To make her last a little longer, you can see that I do have defense on her, so she's able to not die so quickly. But as you can see, HP, evasion to avoid like being attacked. I didn't really worry too much about critical rate, because she's not gonna be like my attacker. She's just gonna be there for major support. That's what mostly these runes were focusing on. See, HP. I mean, crit rate, it's not bad. Yeah, precision, I'm mostly aiming for the HP. See, HP percent. That gave me like a 40.2% extra, which these right here, the runes of 2, 4, and 6, they provide the most stats and they provide options for like the main thing. So this one is a HP rune, while this one on one of my attackers is attack percent rune. So I mean, you won't find any of these runes with a subset of a 40.4%. No way. Here, HP percent. So for the rune main skills from 1 through 6, numbers 1 is attack, number 3 is defense, and number 5 is HP. But for 2, 4, 6, like I said, how it's different. Every single one of 2, 4, 6, they give you the chance of getting the rune as an attack percent, defense percent, HP or HP percent. But the only difference is for number 2, you can get the chance to get a attack speed rune, and for number 4, a critical rate percentage or a critical damage percentage rune, and number 6 is for the chance of getting a resistance percent or accuracy percent rune. And for the runes on their special skills, I would say in the beginning not to really focus on it and just kind of get like the most out of it. But if you do have like a collection like mine, then I would say mostly focus on whatever will suit them. So I want basically, like I said, the most like HP. So as you can see, like I got all energy. For my Helia, if you can check right here, her skills is like mostly damage, like 408%. That's crazy off of attack. And then also 269%. So the thing is that yes, these are very, very high, and you might be thinking, oh, why not just put all of it in attack? Well, the thing is that attack is great for like a one-time hit, but to constantly be hitting like power hits, you really want to get that critical rate and that critical damage, because that gives you each hit like that main like power hit. And the last thing about runes, how do I know like when to keep a rune and when not to keep a rune? Well, it really depends like what your goal is, because for me personally, I look at a rune and I just think like, what do I need the most of this rune? I do have a monster that is really good with both attack and defense. So This I would say is a very good rune because it does have the percentage of both of them. But the thing is, I don't really like that B. So if I got this to a 4, but this one was like stuck at a B, then I'm just kind of stuck with like a all right like defense to use for that monster. So how I see this is that I really want this defense to go to the S rank. And if this becomes like an S4, then I consider this like a really good stone. Let's see what's gonna happen. 1, 2, there we go. See? So now the minimum is a pretty nice standing. Let's do it again. I definitely want either it to go into defense or attack. So there we go. Here we go. This is looking really, really good. So we're gonna do it one more time. Come on. There we go. So this is what I consider a good rune. But the thing is that when you go to 12, if you don't have a legendary, then the 12th one gives you a random skill, which could be a D or all the way to a rank S. So it's kind of like a hit or miss. I could get something very bad, or I could get something that's like is like really, really great. But I mean, overall, I already like how the stone looks. So me personally, I'm not gonna trip if this is like a low rating, but it will be a plus if it is like a attack, because then that's more attack. But if it's like precision or resistance or anything else, I'm not too like excited about it. There we go, attack. I'm okay with that. You just level it up all the way to 15, which will basically be the max that you can have for this. So there you go. This is a very nice stone. And also to see how good the power is, just look at this bar. As you can see, if it's all the way to like the very end of it, then that's like kind of like the maximum that you can get from that. For an S1 attack percent, the maximum is a 6.5, probably a 7. I'm not 100% sure. My S4 defense percentage, it's a 24.8, which is, it's really good, but I believe I could have got more luckier and got it to maybe like a 30% to get it all the way. Other than that, that's kind of how you can tell like if a stone is good. And then for a stone that's bad, let me show you a good example. Here, this one. It might be bad, but let's say that I really want this to be all, let's see, HP, defense, crit rate. I want this mostly for defense, but I mean, I did get that one. It's still defense, so I'm still happy. And let's see. Okay, well then it looks like this might turn into a good stone. Let's go defense again. Ah, it went to crit rate, which I'm not too happy. If it went over here to the defense, then oh, that's perfect. I wouldn't really accept this as like a really good stone, just because I really wanted that defense. So I would just consider that not the best. Unless that's the best stat stone you have, then obviously it's gonna be the best. Like if you have a stone that's better, then you can get rid of that one. It's not that important. But don't get rid of every stone that has like a low ranking, because there's a chance that when you do the 3 leveling, that low ranking can just skyrocket to the high ranking. Once you start collecting like a lot of runes, I wouldn't recommend saving these blue ones. They're just taking up a space. These are actually from an alt that I was just leveling up, that I was just collecting runes from all the quests. I hear that there's going to be something going on with these legendary runes, so it's recommended just to keep all these, even if it's like a really bad ranking. Like this is everywhere, but just to keep it, because it might be used for in a future event. Once you get extremely great runes on a character, the next thing you should focus on with those runes is providing the enchantments. If you go here, you'll see that you could apply an effect to it and you can enchant it. This is where it makes the stone way beyond like the level that it can be, because there's some that will give you like an extra 8% crit rate, or like maybe 25% crit damage on top of this 13%, but it just depends on the level of the book that you have. So as you can see with this book, it's what is this crit rate? See, it's a 1.2, and then that's crit damage. I would say the next step after you get a bunch of great stones is to definitely work and try to get more spell books so you can add it to these stones, and also these effect stones, because they will definitely help out in the long run of pushing you to the next level. Because I know all these numbers are so confusing, and it just kind of don't really explain too much of like what anything does. So it's kind of like you gotta play with it yourself and try to figure out like what the stone does. Just a general like standard guide though, just follow the runes with the skills. That's pretty much it. Catch you guys later.